Hey everybody, it's me, Sergio with Mobility Direct, and today I'm going to teach you how to diagnose the batteries on your Buzzaround scooter to see if they're bad or if they're good and everything in between. Now make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to put a hidden message on the screen somewhere towards the end. If you spot it, it's going to give you access to a discount code that you can use to purchase new batteries or a new scooter on our website, mobilitydirect.com. So here I have a Buzzaround Extreme. Now it doesn't matter if you have a Buzzaround LT, Buzzaround Extreme, Buzzaround LX, all the Buzzarounds pretty much work on SLA batteries, except the newest one, but this test will work just the same if you have lithium batteries or sealed lead acid batteries. Those are the only two types of batteries that these scooters run on. And you are going to need a few things to test your batteries. Most importantly, you're going to need a voltage meter. Okay, this is a very common tool. You can pick one up on Amazon at your local hardware store for about $20 to $30 for a cheap one, and it's going to allow you to test all sorts of electronics, not just your scooters. So I highly recommend having one of these. Just like having a hammer or a screwdriver, you kind of need one of these, in my opinion. Now, before I show you how to do this, I do want to tell you about our free product catalog. If you want to learn more about our products, get access to exclusive discount codes, and learn about our company, make sure you claim a copy. Just go to our website, mobilitydirect.com. Click on the green button at the top of every page that says free catalog. Fill out the simple short form that you see on the screen now, and you'll get one in the mail within 1 to 2 weeks tops. You could also call the number below, folks. Speak with our non-commissioned sales experts. Ask them any questions that you may have, or just give them your address and they'll process that catalog request for you by phone. All right, so here's the voltage meter. If you don't know how to use one, you basically just want to turn the dial to the 200 with the V that has a solid line and a broken line above the V. That's going to put it at a voltage that's sufficient to check 24 volts, which is what most mobility scooters run on. Basically, it's going to cap out at 200 volts. No mobility scooter that I know of exceeds 200 volts, so this should be fine. Now, on this scooter, there's a charging port, and that's what we're going to use to check the voltage. The charging port's up high. Wherever you plug your charger into is where you're going to want to take your probes. You have a positive and a negative probe, and you're going to want to put one of the positives and one of the negatives into one of the holes here until you get a readout on your voltage meter. So usually you want to avoid the middle hole, and you want to go one at the bottom here and one at the top here. So you're going to see, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try not to block the camera. I'm going to go into the top hole first with my black one. Then I'm going to go to the bottom hole with my red one. At this point, you should see something on your voltage meter. And here I have 25.3 volts, which is good. We regularly charge our batteries, and that's important. If you don't regularly charge your batteries, they will go bad very quickly. So it's important to charge your battery daily, however often you use it, at the bare minimum, once a month if you're not using it. But if you are using it weekly or daily, you should charge it weekly, if not every day after you use it. Now, to test to see if your batteries are bad, there's a few things you need to know. Number one, a fully charged set of batteries, in this case, this has two 12-volt batteries. When they're fully charged, they're actually each going to have about 13 volts. So you should get close to 26 volts. Hence, we have here 25.3 volts. Now, as you start to move the scooter, you shouldn't see a huge drop in voltage. You should see a very small drop in voltage. And what do I mean by that? So if I keep the probes plugged into the charging port and I start to move the scooter, we're going to see that the voltage starts to drop, but it shouldn't drop too much. Now I'm going to hold on to the camera here so you can see what I mean. I'm going to give it some voltage here, and this number 25.3 should not drop down below 24. In fact, it shouldn't drop down much at all. The older your batteries are, the more that number is going to drop when you give it throttle. So you can see it's going to about 23.8 at full throttle. That's under load. So that means it's operating and carrying some sort of weight. And that's basically a very crude load test. Again, at a resting position, it already dropped down from 25.3 to 25.0 just by going around in the shop here. 25.0 at standstill, 23.7 under load. Okay, let's talk about what that means. At the very minimum, these scooters need 24 volts to operate. The fact that it dropped below 24 volts tells me that these batteries are going to need to be replaced soon. If we don't replace them soon, what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to make it the full 18 miles that this scooter's rated for with a brand new set of batteries. The older your batteries are, the less they're able to hold their charge for a long period of time. When you put a brand new set of batteries in, and let's say your scooter's supposed to go 18 miles on a full charge, your brand new batteries should technically get you pretty close to 18 miles on a full charge, depending on how much you weigh, what kind of surface you're on. You know, if you're on a flat surface, you're going to probably get a longer range than you would on a grassy hill going uphill the whole time, right? So keep that in mind. The newer your batteries are, the longer they're going to hold that charge. As they get older, and these batteries that are sealed lead acid usually only last about 2 years, the older they are, the sooner they're going to die and need to get charged again. At this point, though, the voltage drop going below 24 volts is concerning. If it were dropping to 24.5 or 24.8 while moving, that to me would show that the batteries are in good shape. They're going to last a while. But if they're going below 24 and you're on a flat surface, to me that means you better be ready to change your batteries soon. You could wait and see, but I wouldn't recommend going on a big adventure without access to a charging port and an electrical outlet, because you could get stranded. The batteries could drop in voltage and your battery meter will show that you're running out of juice pretty quickly, and the last thing you want to do is be on vacation somewhere out of town and not have access to your charger, and now you're gonna have to push your scooter around. So let's go ahead and test another scooter to show you what a really healthy new set of batteries perform like when doing a load test. All right, folks, so I'm going to test out this scooter, which is the Buzzaround LT with the micro turn technology. It's a brand new model, awesome scooter, very affordable. If you want to learn more about it, check out our in-depth review video on our YouTube channel. We've got tons of videos, not just DIY videos, comparison videos, review videos, entertainment videos, and travel documentaries, so you can learn what it's like to go on a cruise, on an airplane with a mobility scooter. And if you subscribe, you could win a free mobility scooter. Keep that in mind. We appreciate you watching our videos. Now, if you want, you don't have to plug it into the charging port, these probes. You can actually go into the battery box itself. There's a charging port on most of these travel scooters with the detachable battery pack. So I'm going to do it down here. And as soon as I plug in the red and the negative into the two holes, I've got a reading. So let's go ahead and do a load test. We're at a standing still voltage of 25.5. All right, so we're at 25.5 at a standstill. Let's do a load test. Again, that just means moving the scooter with some sort of weight on it. Look at that. It's staying at 24.9. Now it's going down to 24.0 the faster we go. But what I like is that it's not dropping down significantly like the last one. It's holding at 24.3 on average. Sure, when you get going, like if I were to drag my feet and try to give it resistance, it's really going to struggle and the voltage is going to drop. That's normal. But without dragging my feet and going at a normal pace, it's going down, but not much. It's going down to 24.8, 24.9, 24.3 at a steady voltage. What does that mean? That basically means the batteries are in great shape and they're able to hold a charge under load. So I can expect these batteries to hold their charge for pretty close to what the manufacturer's rating is for when it comes to the total travel range on a full set of batteries, fully charged set of batteries, I mean. And that's really important, folks. You got to know basically how your batteries work. If your scooter's not turning on at all, you could also just plug your voltage meter in, and if you're seeing anything under 24 or under 23 volts, well, then you know your batteries are dead, especially if it's like 10 volts or 12 volts. These scooters need 24 volts to operate optimally. With that being said, they will turn on with like 22 volts or 23 volts, but they're not going to last long at all if you're getting that kind of reading. In fact, some scooters just won't even power on. And as soon as you give it throttle, if it does power on, the batteries are just going to drain and die right away. Now, my advice, just put a calendar reminder to get new batteries every 2 years if you have lead acid battery. If they are lithium, that really depends, but normally they're going to last between 3 and 5 years. Keep that in mind, folks. If it were me, I would just make sure that every 2 years you bring it on down to your local dealer and have them test the batteries for you if you're not comfortable with using a voltage meter, and let them tell you if they think you should get a new set of batteries now or wait. But like I said, the last thing you want is to be stranded with a dead scooter that you have to push, especially if you're out of town on vacation and you're slowing everybody down that's with you at that point. Now, one other thing, folks, if you bought a brand new set of batteries and you're still having issues with the scooter not holding a charge for a long time, it could be your charger. And we have a whole other video showing you how to test your charger, which I'll link in the top right-hand corner of the screen, and I'll put a link in the description. If you have brand new batteries and you set them up correctly, and it's charging all night, but for some reason it's still not going further than a mile or to the end of the road and back without dying, most likely it's your charger. And I highly recommend watching that video as well. Now, real quick, I want to show you a load test on a lithium powered mobility scooter. This is the Buzzaround Carry-On. Same exact deal. I'm going to plug my negative and positive into the charging port, which happens to be down here underneath the tiller. And once you get a reading, it's going to be much higher. You're going to notice that. So like I said, your voltage on lithium batteries are going to be closer to 29 volts. In this case, it's 28 volts. Read the manufacturer specifications in your user manual if you want to know the exact minimum and maximum voltage. So we have a 28 volt reading here, not moving. So what happens if we go on load? This is a pretty new scooter. I would imagine it's going to hold its charge very well. If it starts to drop close to 24 volts, that's a big problem. Lithium batteries tend to hold their charge while under load much better. Look at that. We're only seeing a 27.8, 27.9 voltage drop. It's barely dropping at all. And that's typical of lithium batteries. They just hold a charge better. But once they start going bad, they start to drop pretty bad. So if that starts to drop to like 26 or 25 rapidly while moving on flat surfaces, guess what? You're going to need to buy a new battery soon. And with lithium batteries, typically you just buy the battery pack, one-time deal, plug and play. It just comes right out. You don't need to open up a battery box and mess with wires or anything. So it is a lot easier to replace lithium batteries. That being said, they are more expensive. However, they're usually half the weight and they last twice as long. So keep that in mind. But depending on what you have, now you know how to troubleshoot your batteries, whether it's a lithium powered or sealed lead acid powered mobility device. All right, so hopefully you've learned something today. Make sure that you only use the batteries that are OEM batteries and chargers. That's very important. You only want to use the chargers that are OEM replacements or the ones that actually come with your scooter. You're taking a big chance if you get something aftermarket that's cheaper. It might not have the same charging patterns and specifications, and it's a slippery slope. If you do that, you could be risking spending a bunch of money on new chargers and batteries that end up not working the way they should. We sell OEM replacement parts, whether it's batteries, chargers, or any part for mobility scooters, power wheelchairs, and all other powered mobility products that we sell. So if you need parts, give us a call. Make sure you have your make, model, and serial number preferably handy so that we can recommend parts that are compatible with your mobility device. Now, one other thing you can do to check your batteries to see if they're good or not is to actually visually inspect the batteries. You will have to expose the batteries by opening up your battery pack and checking the connections. If the positive and the negative connections are corroded and have a bunch of buildup on them, then that could mean that your connection is just bad and you really need to clean it up so that the controller gets the voltage it's needed. Dirty and rusted connections lead to poor performance. Now, if you're going to replace your batteries, guess what? We have videos showing you how to replace the batteries on almost every single model out there. So check out our repair playlist and search for batteries on our YouTube channel, and you're going to see tons of battery replacement tutorial videos that'll walk you right through the process. It's super easy to do, folks. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. Hopefully you learned a thing or two about how to diagnose your mobility scooters on a Golden Technologies Buzzaround scooter. Keep in mind, the same practice can be used on power wheelchairs, other models, makes and models like Pride, Go-Go scooters, Light Rider power wheelchairs, Carry-On scooters. They all pretty much can be tested the same way that you just learned how to do in this tutorial. Again, I'm Sergio with Mobility Direct. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll personally respond within 1 business day. We appreciate you watching this video and your support. Until next time, have a great day.